Hello, this is Pastor Steve West, and you've joined me from my study here at Jacksonville First United Methodist Church on October the 28th, 2020, for my midweek devotional. How are you going to vote on Tuesday? I hope you are going to vote on Tuesday. How are you going to vote on Tuesday? Well, I have somebody here that has a message for you about that. This is my bobblehead, John Wesley. John was, of course, the founder of Methodism, and did you know he had a voting guide that I think is really important? And please vote on Tuesday. It's so important that you do, but it's important how you vote. This is what he said. He wrote this in his journal in 1774 in England. I met those of our society who had votes in our ensuing election and advised them, number one, to vote without fee or reward for the person they judged most worthy. Number two, to speak no evil of the person they voted against. Number three, to take care their spirits were not sharpened against those that voted on the other side. Now, that's a pretty incredible wisdom for us today. I have always believed it's a false narrative in America that there's only one Christian way to vote. I think that Christians must do the work of Christian ethics in light of scripture, tradition, reason, and experience. Now, his times were different times than ours. I mean, for example, it's embedded in what he wrote in his journal. Those of our society who had votes, this was mid-18th century England when only male landowners had a vote. He also mentions without fee or reward. That's hard for us to imagine, but it actually literally means without fee or reward. In other words, you could buy votes back then. It's unethical, but it wasn't illegal, I suppose. But there's things in here that don't apply, but there's a lot of wisdom in here that does apply to us. On Tuesday, it's important when you vote to remember, vote for who you consider most worthy. Speak no ill of the person that you're voting against, and be sure that your spirits are not sharpened against those who vote differently than you. Today, there are a lot of sharpened spirits, I'm afraid. We're really good at doing that first one, voting who we consider most worthy, but the last part about speaking no ill and sharpened spirits, we're not so good at these days. I think of this scripture as an encouragement from Paul for us, from Romans chapter 12. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be haughty, but associate with the lowly. Never be wise in your own sight. Wow. Don't be haughty with one another. Never be wise in your own sight. Christian life's more about being in relationship with God and neighbor than it is about being right. So vote your conscience. Trust in this system that gives us all a voice and be grateful for that. But it's important before and after the election. It's incredibly important as Christian people for us to not badmouth the people we vote against. And if the one we don't like wins the election on Tuesday, in whatever office it might be, president or down to any other office in the state, if the one you don't like wins, don't badmouth that person. Trust in the system. If others around you didn't vote your way, make sure your spirits are not sharpened. This is incredibly important as Christian people participate in our democratic process. How we treat each other is of utmost value in the Christian life. So I'm going to go back to my little bobblehead, John Wesley, who also coined the term agree to disagree. We use that term a lot. Did you know that he coined that term, agree to disagree? And he also said these words, and I'm going to close with these words for our devotional today. Though we cannot think alike, may we not love alike. Though we cannot think of alike, may we all love alike. May we not be of one heart, though we are not of one opinion. I didn't get that quote quite right. Let me say it one more time, maybe with my reading glasses this time. Though we cannot think alike, may we not all love alike. May we not be of one heart, though we are not of one opinion. And I pray that we be a people of one heart, people who do our best to follow the Christian life and follow our civic duty, that we not speak ill of those we vote against or of those that vote differently than us. Participate in our system with joy. Trust the outcome and know that we'll learn even if we make mistakes in who we elect. That history is yet to determine those sorts of things. We just do our best and we do it with love. And most of all, we take the responsibility of participating fully as a matter of Christian ethics, participating fully in our democratic process. So vote on Tuesday, vote your conscience, speak no ill, and don't let your spirits be sharpened. In Jesus' holy name.